Hey guys, it's Kara from iStampin.com. Thanks for joining me on week 2 of 12 weeks of Christmas. I'm really excited to show y'all this project that we're going to be making today. But this is the Tentative Tags project kit. And so it comes in this cute little tin, this red polka dot tin container. And everything that you will need to make these tags is inside. And then this is the coordinating tin of tags stamp set. Now you can find this information in our holiday catalog. It's on page 32 and 33, and this gives you a great close-up of everything that you will be making. So it comes with 30 tags, so you have 3 designs and you're going to be making 10 of each of these. So the stamp set is not included. These are 2 separate items. So, you know, of course you could make the tags without the stamp set, but I just can't imagine you not wanting the stamp set. It just makes it super cute and just so much easier. So I thought that we would make the 3 different types of tags. I can show you how easy that will be to make. And you know, if you love to wrap your presents and love to have really fancy tags on your gifts, and it doesn't even have to be for fancy gifts, but this will be a lot of fun. And the great thing is that we've got this very detailed instruction pamphlet. And each tag is described here and how to make them. Oh, I'm sorry, and I misread this. It's 10 designs, 3 of each. So I don't think I'm going to make all 10 tags on video. I think that would take a long time. So I'm just going to pick out 3 of my favorites. So yeah, you can see all the tags here. Y'all are probably like going, duh, Kara, reread that information. Okay, so you can see here that we've got some fun star and iridescent sequins. And then this cute washi tape. It's really thin washi tape. So if you don't use this all up, you can always use this in your planners. Oh, here we go. If y'all do planners, you know how having thin washi tape is ideal to divide up your day. So let's see, this looks like, what are the colors here? The colors are Crushed Curry, Island Indigo, Pear Pizzazz, Real Red, Silver, Soft Sky, and White. Well, I'll find that later. And then we've got some cute little wooden pieces that we'll be punching out. And then these really pretty snowflakes, like silver acetate. And then this guy, let's see what we have in here. So these project kits, and there's actually another project kit that you can find on the next page. Or there's 2 other project kits, I should say, on the next page. One is the Forever Evergreen project kit. That is a 3D kit to make these Christmas trees. You can see that right there. And then this is the card kit, the Stitched with Cheer project kit. And so, like, these kits are just wonderful, especially if you're super busy during the holidays and just don't have a whole lot of time to be really creative. These kits will just take all that, take care of all that for you, and all you have to do is just put them together. So these all look, so here's some different ones. So we've got 2 different shapes, an oval and then a tag. And then we've got 2 different colors here, or color versions. All right, and then we've got some fun little tassels and some baker's twine, white and silver. All right, so, and then of course here's the stamp set. So let me choose which ones I think would be really fun. I think I definitely want to do one of the tassel ones, so we'll do that one. I think all wrapped up, and we'll do the snowflake one too. Okay, so let me get out my pamphlet. So let's start with the tassel one. So we're going to be making this one right here with the warm wishes. Okay, so I'm going to need, oh, here we go. I'm going to need this stamp set, or this stamp. I'm going to use my grid mat to line this up, and I'm going to actually use the little tiny words down here that are print. And then I like to pick up my stamp that way. Okay, and then we're going to need the oval. I don't know where my paper piercer's gone to. Somewhere around here. Okay, and I'll get my paper piercing mat out. Let me get a little bit closer for y'all. There we go. And it looks like we need real red. And because I'm using this stamp for the very first time, I'm just going to get this scratch paper and stamp a couple of times and make sure that I've got a good impression. I like to do this with the photopolymer stamps. And if this, you know, if y'all, usually it's mostly with solid images, but sometimes you may not get a great impression even doing it this way. If you just clean it and then rub it with eraser, that gives the, kind of roughs up the photopolymer and then lets the ink sink in a little bit better. That looks good. Okay, so we're going to come right here and just stamp this greeting right in the middle. Okay, that's cute already. And then we're going to take some of these star sequins and I'm going to go ahead and use my fine tip glue pen, and we're going to glue those down on the tag. Now, you know, when you get these kits, of course, this is the suggested way to put them together. And you know, I'm going to get my quick stick. My nails are going to make it hard to getting this picked up. I love this little gizmo. But what I was saying is that, you know, this is just suggested to you. Of course, these are your own design, so you can do it however you want. Okay, so I'm going to be using the fine tip glue pen. I'm going to go ahead and move this off. And I'm just going to go ahead and just put the dots of glue down first, and then I'll move the sequins to those places. And just be sure that you put the lid back on when you're done using this. I know that can kind of be a pain, but getting that nozzle clogged up is even worse. Okay, and then the glue will dry clear. Okay, that was easy. Okay, and then the next thing that we need is one of the tassels and then some of this baker's twine. Okay, I'm cutting off about 9 inches. Okay, so I've just doubled it up, and I'm going to thread it through the tassel first. And now we're going to thread this through the hole, so it's going through the front. All right, and then now what I'm going to do is I'm going to separate the loop, and I'm going to just feed the ends of the baker's twine through it. And then the tassel is supposed to hang down like that. So it's not super tight, so it's going to hang down. And then you just want to make sure that you leave enough length on the baker's twine to be able to wrap that to a gift. And then on the back side, and I could have done this, but I didn't think about this until just now, there's a to and a from on the tag. So actually, you know, we could do that like that. So you just want to kind of, just don't forget to do that, because with the sequins now, it makes it a little bit more difficult. So, but anyway, there's the first tag. Okay, so let's go on to the second one. And I said I wanted to do the one with the snowflake right here. So let me get those supplies. So we're going to need this scalloped tag here, and I'm just going to punch out the hole. And then we're going to need one of the plain banners right here. Actually, you know what? I'm going to leave that in there to stamp. Yeah, that's going to be a lot easier. So let's go ahead and get the all wrapped up stamp. And again, I like to use the lines on my grid mat to make sure that's straight. And then pick it up. Okay, and it looks like we're using real red as again. So I'm just going to get out my, I'm just getting out my scratch paper, and we're going to stamp this a few times. Okay, that looks good. Okay. And the great thing with the photopolymer is we can obviously see right through it, so we can see where exactly we're stamping. And it's pretty much foolproof. Okay, so let's just punch out that. And then we're going to need one of these snowflakes. And I will say these are really thin, so you do want to be careful when you're punching these out. Just so that you don't accidentally break off one of the little parts of the snowflake. So if you're just gentle with it, just pushing it out backwards seems to be working. There we go. And so that's going to go just like that. And you actually have two sides if you like the plain wood. You can do it that way, or you have this more kind of golden color with brown kind of outline. I like that better, so I'm going to use that side. And then I'm going to go ahead and use the fine tip glue pen again. Now with this, you will want to let it set up before you move on. So what I like to do is just, for something like this, I'll get one of my heavier punches and put it on top of here, on top of the snowflake, and let it set up for, you know, about 5 minutes. I think that will be good. And so I've just got it lined up with the hole of the tag. Oops. Okay. All right, so let me grab one of the heavier punches. So I'm going to go ahead and use this the cookie cutter builder punch, and I'm just going to lay it right there. Okay, so let's let that sit there for about 5 minutes, like I said, and then we'll come back and check that in just a sec. So it's been a few minutes. There we go. All right, so that did well. So that snowflake is nice and stuck on there. Okay. So what we're going to do next is put the banner on top of the snowflake, and I'm thinking that glue dots are probably going to be the easiest thing to do. So just grab those and well, let's go and put 3 on there. And then we should be able to adhere the banner to the snowflake, and we're going to put it on an angle. Let's see here. All right, and then the very last thing that we're going to do is just take some more of the baker's twine, and like I said, I think I got 8 inches last time, 9 inches, and that seemed to be a good amount, which leaves you enough to tie it to the package. So we're just going to just double it up like we did last time, and we're going to feed it through the hole and through the front, and then separate the twine and then feed the tails through. And there we go. So that is tag number 3. So cute. Look at those that we've made so far. And very easy, very quick, I should say. Well, they are easy too, but very quick. So this shouldn't take any time at all. All right, and so then the last tag I think I wanted to say that I wanted to make was this one right here with that really pretty snowflake. So let's grab those materials. So here we are with that tag, and then where did I put the snowflakes? Here we go. So we're going to need one of those, and we're going to need one of the circles. And then where is that, the yellow star? It's got this star right here. Oh, we stamped that in crushed curry. Oh, okay, so this is the star right here, and we're gonna stamp that in crushed curry. Okay, so let's go ahead and punch that out. And it looks like we are going to stamp the sentiment, "This is for you." That little guy will come off. There we go. Let's see what color that is. So that is, so if you look here, they have these numbers right down here for you to reference. And if you look on the back, right here on these steps, these coordinate with the numbers on the front. So here it has 2 for the star and 3 for the sentiment. So it says here, Stampin' Crushed Curry and Stampin' Old Olive. So we're going to use Old Olive on the circle, and then crushed curry for that star. So let's grab those stamps. So there's the star right here, and then this is for you right here. Okay. And I've got a tiny little block somewhere for that star. And I'm just going to use this one. Okay, so line this up. Okay. So I've got crushed curry and Old Olive. I'm going to get out got my scratch pad again. Okay, that looks good. And I guess doesn't matter. Let's see. Oh, actually, ooh, I'm wrong. They actually stamp it on here. Okay. Reverse. Okay, I'm glad that I figured that out. So let's go ahead and stamp this first. I looked at it a little bit closer. Okay, so let's get this back. I'm just seeing all this for the very first time, so wasn't really sure. On the sample, it looked like it was a separate piece. Okay, so we stamp that there. Cute. Okay, now we come in with crushed curry and put the star right here. There we go. Okay, and then we've got the tag. And then I'm just gonna go ahead and use the fine tip glue pen again. It's got a paper back. So I'm just gonna put my adhesive just randomly around here. And then I'm gonna let this set up again like I did with the snowflake on the previous tag. Okay, and with that paper backing, it's easier to set up than the wooden piece. All right, and then you can use glue dots if you want for this, or you can use your snail. I'm just going to use snail. Just put a couple of little strips on there, and then that's just going to go right in the center of the silver snowflake. And just make sure that the words are straight. Okay. And then the very last thing that we're going to do is just get some more baker's twine and then just feed it through the hole like we did with the previous two tags. So just double it up, so get about 9 inches of baker's twine, double it up, feed it through the front, and then just pull the tails through, and that tag is complete. All right, guys, so this is 3 out of the 10 designs that we have. You see how quickly all this went, and so you can make these in no time, have a little party, or just do this while you're watching one of your favorite programs on the DVR. So those are the 3 that we made. And then here's the picture of the remaining tags. So we have the with love, making spirits bright, joy to the world, spread some Christmas cheer, special delivery, surprise, go ahead, tear it open. Just really cute tags that will make any Christmas present just so much fun to open. Just remember to stamp the to and the from on the back before, especially, before you put any type of element on there. And then you can just put all of your fun tags in this tin until it's time. When you start wrapping up your presents, you can just grab your tin and just pick which tag you want to use on that special gift. And then after Christmas, you will have this absolutely adorable little tin that you can use in your craft room, on your desk at work, in the kitchen, whatever your heart's content. I'm sure a lot of people will just find something fun to use this little cute tin for. All right, guys, well, I hope you liked today's project. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Be sure that you subscribe to my YouTube channel, as well as head on over to my blog, which is istampin.com. I hope you have a fabulous day, and join me tomorrow for a fun Stampin' 101 lesson.